Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your friend Han here, and it is absolutely great to see you here this evening. And today I have a very, very super awesome guest here. I think it is the first time she's been with us. We're going to teach you exactly how to make money with a local marketer. I know I have tons of local marketer friend on this video right now, and we're going to learn exactly how Jeanne and her partner does this in her own agency life. And she has put a fantastic course that's going to be launching very quickly, very soon. So pay attention. But before we get into all this excitement here, let's kind of learn who Jeanne is, how she got into the internet marketing, specifically local marketing arena. Let's kind of learn how her special story here a little bit. So Jeanne, would you kind of take over the mic and share your unique local marketing story with us today?
Yes, I will. And thank you so much. My name is pronounced Jeanne. I know it looks
okay. Okay, sorry about that.
But it's actually a French word, and we just say Jeanne.
Jeanne, okay.
I'm Jeanne Kolenda. I live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I've been here almost 30 years. And I have some unique claims to fame here.
Okay.
Number one, I'm 67 years old.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I'm older than most of my buddies in the arena here. They're younger than my children.
Absolutely.
But that's one of the beautiful things I want people to remember. The internet levels the playing field.
Okay.
In every sort of way. Age does not matter. Education does not matter. Gender does not matter.
Okay.
Because with the internet, we can all be successful, no matter how old we are, how young we are. It's a beautiful thing. It's like the game of golf. Anybody can play it. So also, I have never worked for anyone else.
Oh.
I have always found a way to work not only for myself, but from home.
Okay.
So I love home, and I love people, but I love home. Yeah. So I homeschooled my children all the way through high school, even when it was illegal. They're in their 40s now. But I found that when the internet came about, I remember DOS 1.0.
Wow.
You were born. And I took to the internet just like a duck to water. And so when we moved here 30 years ago from Seattle, I opened up an automated answering service because there was no voicemail, if you can believe it. Even from the phone companies, there was no voicemail. There was pagers and live operator services and these machines that you hooked up to your old-fashioned telephones.
Okay.
So I opened the first digital answering service here. This is still rolling after 26 years, and it's something that I can still run from home.
Okay.
But in 2010, because I was had a reputation for, all things digital, some of my customers started coming to me and saying, we really know we need to get online. Facebook was new and
right.
Google was coming about. And they said, can you help us? Well, I couldn't. I thought, well, I'll figure it out.
Right.
I will figure it out. And so I started just studying my brains out, and I went to a marketing conference in Las Vegas.
Okay.
And I met some what we would call gurus there, and I just wanted to learn. But in the meantime, I had decided that the best way to offer value to my community and perhaps introduce myself to some new clients was to do free webinars for the Chambers of Commerce. I was doing free webinars every Wednesday afternoon at 2:00, and pretty soon we had, 12 Chambers of Commerce in 3 different states, and they would all tune into the same webinar. And they're kind of like a nonprofit, so you can't sell anything. But all I would do was say, does anybody have any questions? The question was, will you do this for me?
Ah.
Yeah, so that's how I grew a local agency.
Okay.
And then the gurus that I had met in Vegas, they found out what I was doing, and they said, "Oh, we can make a product out of this. We can sell this training." I didn't know there was such a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Well, okay." And I don't mind mentioning names; they're still my good friends. It was Mario Brown, yeah, and Brian Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
And I met Mike Cooch and Jack Mize and Daryl Eves, the YouTube king. And I met so many people that weekend that just really made a difference in my life. So I continued to build an agency, and I had partnered up with a friend of mine who is also, well, she's a year older than I am. She's 68. And she had been a programmer for the electric company here.
Mm-hmm.
And she had a CPA background.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started doing those webinars together. We rode in a motorcycle club together. Can you believe that?
Oh, wow. That's a one fact that I just learned today. Wow, you're on motorcycle. Okay.
Yeah, I had a BMW R1200C classic. So, but we would ride together, and so we went into business together. Well, it turned out that we weren't real good business partners, but we still are very, very good friends, and we each have our own agencies. Our personalities are really different,
Okay.
and we just decided we would work better, not sharing a bank account.
Right. That happens.
Yeah, and that's fine. It's good that you figure those things out. And so she continued to grow her agency. I continued to grow mine. And what we found was that I was working way more than she was. Yeah. And I am probably the queen of procrastination, the queen of disorganization.
Right.
I mean, if I turn this camera on and it shows you my office, you probably think, "Oh my God," But she, on the other hand, was working fewer hours and sometimes had twice as many clients as I did because she was doing things differently, and I wanted higher ticket clients, and she wanted, we just had a different vision about that. But anyway, but she wasn't working as hard as I was. So, I would get stumped sometimes because I was off doing some of this, affiliate marketing and going to conferences and running around in our RV together with my husband, and he's a videographer and photographer. And I mean, I was just stressed out all the time because okay, it's time to set up a new client. Let's see. Did Google change anything? I can't remember. Let's see. Well, what about what's the best practice now on setting up Facebook ads? I just didn't remember, and then I had to search all over my hard drive for documents and training and videos that I had purchased, and I have spent thousands of dollars on training because I want to keep on top of things. Right. And then it's like, okay, what hard drive is it on? I don't know. Is it in Dropbox? Where is it? Is it in Google Drive? And so by the time I got finished searching for the right bit of training, I was exhausted and didn't get my job done. And so I started calling Sue, and I would say, "Sue, whatever my question was," she'd say, "Oh, I've got a document for that. I'll send it over to you."
So she has systems.
Yes.
Documentation, systems.
Yes. And if you cut her, she would probably bleed Excel. So she just is a systemized person, way more than I ever thought about being. And so,
So I want to kind of just stop here for a minute. So guys, it's true. Like what she said here, if you want to live a life working, the 4-hour lifestyle, the first thing you need to do is have a system, have a manual, have a documentations and more automation, whether it be software or have a virtual system to systemize the system. It is the system runs your company. It is the people that adds more value to your company. That's very, very important. So if you want to build from 0 company to 6-figure company, you gotta have system. So you don't end up like the what she was doing here is running around finding stuff, because that's a waste of your precious time. You could use that time to spend with your family and your husband.
Oh, yeah.
It's really, really important to doc everything that you do. It's tedious. It's horrible at the beginning, but once that's done, are you going to live a very, very awesome life?
Yeah, and then you have something to give to your VAs. And I will say this, it was not hard to build a 6-figure business. I did that on sheer energy and personality.
Right.
That was not hard. But what was hard was maintaining that. And I got into that cycle of doom where, okay, I got a new client and they're a high-paying client, and now I have to hurry up and fulfill and run around and find out what I forgot, and then I didn't have time to prospect. And so we call that the cycle of doom, to where you're just pinning yourself down with not having systems. And thank God for Sue, because she shared her systems with me and literally saved my life. I mean, I'll just tell you, she is coming home we're launching this product on Monday. She's traveling home from Maryland on Sunday, and she's been up there for 6 weeks in her RV with her husband. And during that time, she got 2 new clients, and she had those new clients onboarded, money in the bank, and had all the tasks delegated in 1 hour.
And that's the way it's supposed to be, by the way. That's the way it's supposed to be in business, right? So,
I normally wouldn't have, in years past, I couldn't have done that. I can now.
Right.
But, so it came very naturally to her. But
because she was a CPA. They got systems, number systems, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's something to do with that.
And I'm more the people person, the speaker, the writer.
Right. I think it's both. I don't know. I think there's certain people are really great at starting up things to get things started, but I mean, people are just horrible of running things and finish things. I know I'm one of those people. That's how I know. So but I'm smart enough to recognize my weakness. So that's why I have a system, and I have a virtual system that help me run my company. Because if I was going to run it, I would end up with making less money, more frustrations, and I'm with you. So what you say here is 100% true. So if you're watching this, make sure you write it down in your notes.
Yeah. Systems are the answers. So being an affiliate marketer into this local crowd, I mean, we put out a couple blockbuster courses, with Mario and Brian, and actually 3. And so I had a nice list, and I found things that were valuable, and I was being an affiliate marketer. But I developed relationships because, as I said, I'm a people person. So I would go to all the events. And I just wanted to be with people and talk and have fun.
Yeah.
And share ideas. But from that, I have influence because I've been really nice to people, and they've been nice to me. It's been a really wonderful thing. But I said, Sue, would you be willing to not only share all your documents, but would you put them all up in a beautiful system, and we could sell this? And
this is why. Okay.
So I talked her into it.
Cool.
And I'll tell you, I've seen a lot of products. I've seen a lot of training. I've seen a lot of tools for sale, software, membership, whatever. I've never seen anything like what we've done.
Okay, great. That's a great news. That's great news.
I've never seen anything like it. And to be sure that I was bringing something of value to the market, because my integrity and my reputation mean more to me than money. Throwing junk around.
Right.
I put it out with a beta test group of 25 local marketers.
Okay.
And I put it out for 6 weeks, and I said, would you guys and gals use this, try this out, and give me reviews on it?
Right.
They were rave reviews, every one of them. And they even offered to pay me. I said, no, I told you for free if you test it. And one guy even sent money anyway. He said, this is so valuable that I can't possibly keep this for free. So it's beta tested, and it's ready for launch. I've got a lot of good folks behind me on this.
Okay.
And I'm excited about it because it's going to change people's lives.
Yes. No, like a lot of people think, hey, I got a client now. The biggest problem is what to do next. Where do I go? How do I get other things done? How do I mean, guys, let's put it this way. If you don't have a system like this, what you have is not a business. It's a job. You just create for yourself every freaking day. You're going to be miserable when you wake up.
Or a hobby.
Yeah. So you got to have system in place. You got to have the right people work on your business.
Yes.
And that's how you build a very, very successful company. And it took me a while to understand this. Back the days, because I want to be the one that does everything. I want to be the one that clean the floor, to writing the swipes, to do the videos. I ran out of energy. I ran out of a lot of opportunities with going out of my way. Like for you would be probably go get 10 other clients, right? That time it would be best used because that's your money getting activity. But for me, it was like, I could be doing product launches. I could be doing something else. There was a whole bunch of opportunity come to my way because I don't have the time to deal with it. I don't know how much money I lost as far as opportunity cost goes. So you guys must have a system. So let's talk about this product a little bit. So understand this is a complete system that's going to help people solving the mundane tasks that everybody do daily, and they help you mostly get organized. You probably have like an onboard process. You're going to have like how the Facebook ads process, all that. It's all nicely documented and they have a training about. But if in one sentence, how would you summarize who's going to be really benefit for getting this product?
Anyone who wants to have or has a local client.
Okay.
Yep.
So in this course, you're going to learn exactly how, if you don't have any local client right now, it's going to teach you exactly how to get their first client from there.
Yes, actually, we do have a section in here, a module on our prospecting methods, and we have some ninja tricks that we.
Oh, nice.
You cold calling.
Nice. So once people have this, have their first client, second client, 10th clients, then you're going to lead them to say, how do I get things done without you personally doing it? And then I think, if a logical way is taking that time to using a system again to get more prospecting to close while they're traveling, RVs, or wherever you are. You got people coming to your door all the time. There's a process, there's a system for that. It takes a while to figure it out, but I'm glad you and your partner sharing this right now. Will you kind of like do that screen share thing that we can kind of went to the course like a little bit, just talk about outline format so they know exactly what they're getting?
Yeah, sure. I think I've got it pulled up here. So let's try that. Okay, you are getting the first sneak peek into the inside of this course.
Okay, great. I see a screen now.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got this broken down into fulfillment, marketing, advanced fulfillment, and then we got some bonuses. We are going to have a private Facebook group so we can all interact and not drive me crazy with private emails all the time. And we are doing an FAQ webinar on September 18th, and we're going to let you come and ask all the questions you want to, and we'll stay with you until you're finished.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So we've got a getting started module here.
Okay.
The initial ranking steps.
Okay.
And then content marketing and social media. Let's just go down and look at social media. We have everybody's interested in social media. Okay, social media. So in here, we've covered Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. And those are the main ones, of course.
Okay.
So let's look at, what do you want to look at?
Like, I don't know, Google or LinkedIn or Facebook, doesn't matter. Yeah.
Let's do Google.
Yeah.
And the way we've got this laid out, here are the content. There's hundreds of documents in here.
Okay.
And we do video on purpose because with video, I mean, we do really good videos. I've done a lot of video training, but videos, you have to scroll through and find it and then listen to it and hope there's a cheat sheet with it.
Okay. All right.
And so we did this. So, all right, right here, here's one on Google Plus, which is kind of phasing out, but we still use it. So the PDF here, and I just downloaded it, and right here. So this document comes up, okay, and then I can look on the table of contents and say, oh, okay, let's see how we get started with this.
Okay.
And we've done not only documentation and every step, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, we put screenshots there.
Okay. Okay.
See? So it says,
yeah, this is going to be great if you, in the future, well, maybe you already have it, or if you have virtual assistant, this is great.
This is perfect. Yeah, yes, these are in the hands of our virtual assistants, and we have 3. And actually, we share them still, even though we're not technical partners, we share them. And and so see, we've made screenshots, and there's no question. I said, Sue, if our hands are moving and we're doing something, it's going on this sheet.
Okay.
We're documenting every step. Have you ever bought something and tried to follow the instructions, and all of a sudden you realize, oh my gosh, they left out something? What?
Right. What was it? Yeah. Or the icon doesn't look the same, or they move that one spot to the next menu and you just can't find it. It's just frustrating.
Right. It just drives me crazy. So I said, Sue, we really have to put in every single step in here.
Right.
And oh my gosh, she delivered on this. I mean, this is just that one topic, and there are hundreds of these documents. So you just need to go through and find what you wanted and pull up the PDF, and boom, there you go. You can print it out. You can give your VA access to this. And then I've got special things in here that are
ninja tricks, right? You say something about ninja trick a little bit earlier.
Yeah, like how to get a free SSL certificate.
Right.
A lot of people don't know that. Well, I've documented that whole process.
Right.
I actually know how to get negative things removed from Google.
Ooh, you document that too?
I did.
Awesome. Awesome.
I did.
Awesome.
And I mean, we're doing some real advanced kind of stuff like cloud stacking with Google Assets. And so we've got everything from a newbie that a newbie would need all the way up to an advanced marketer.
Okay. Because
at this point, we've been doing this 2010, 8 years. We're advanced marketers.
Right.
Yeah. Do you want to see more, or can I close this?
You can close this. I think they got some idea here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this is, again, this is going to take somebody from beginning to intermediate to the most advanced. You're all going to get something out of it. I think to me personally, is all the documentation you have in here. I master the process of hiring people. Again, there's a process system to go through it that I have a unique system. But what I was lacking is if I go into a local niche, if I have a client come in, I know that from my point of vantage of view now is I don't want to be that person doing all the work. And so the next obstacle for me is how do I teach these people to do all this? And if I have a document like this, that's solving my huge problem, because I have personally trying to write a manual like this for my business. And I know how tedious, how long, how crazy this can be. Just like sometimes you document, then you have to rewrite it because the icon changed places. So I'd rather have something completely done for me. I can just, hey, you know what? You just join my company, go with this doc, and go make this page for my clients and get done.
Come to you and got you to do the module on hiring outsourcers. We do have
absolutely. I have a process and system.
You can add that as a bonus for people.
Absolutely.
I do have my basics. I mean, I boiled it down to just stupid, simple things. I went to, after paying a lot of money, I went to Craigslist.ph and found my best people. I, of course, learned how to interview them. And but, I've got guys that have been with me for 5 years.
Right.
They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, because hiring people is a art. If you have the right people, your life is gonna be so much simple.
Oh yeah.
Frustration is all gone. But if you vice versa, if you just begin to hire people, I have in the past I have people have scammed money off of me, give me sad stories, say prepay me my salary, but she never showed back up again. I have two people did that to me. Unfortunately, they're all Filipinos, and I had the people just disappear all the time. You don't know where the heck they are. They don't report back to you. I had those experiences as well.
I haven't had that. I have not. I've been lucky. I haven't.
You've been very, very lucky because maybe you are older and wiser. I'm young and foolish when I go out there getting too excited to hire people right on the spot without testing them, without survey them. I do personality test. There is a test called dog trial test. When they're taking it, they don't understand what the heck they're going through. So answer truthfully. Dark trial test. Dark trial test. I can send you the link right after this call as well, and for you guys as well. There's a two type of personality test. I highly recommend you have your future or potential prospect employee to take, because from those personality tests, you know their true color, true nature. So can they trust them? Are they self-motivated, or are they just gonna be thinking this is as a job? I personally am looking for self-motivated people. They're A player. A player are equal to like 10 C players. And if you have an A player in your company, then you have a couple C player, then the A player is going to eventually become C player. So I only hire A player, and I only need a few A players. I don't need 26 C players around me. And that's the key point to have a very successful organization is you got to make sure that all your players are A player. I rather taking 3 people's salary, give it to this one A player.
Yeah.
Than have have deal with 3 other people, never just being average. They're okay with it.
Let's do a course together, okay, Ham?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. And I'll be happy to offer this as a bonus for a lot of you out there that's just struggling right now. And it's just years of experience, years of documentations again, and years of training.
Yeah.
And
sometimes it's something simple like, don't give them the American holidays, give them their Filipino holidays. Come on, people, they don't care about Thanksgiving. Give them something that matters to them. Learn about the 13th month.
That's very, very cool. And you deal with a lot of Filipinos, but my entire staff are in Indian, so I have a lot of experience with them as well. I found for my business, they are a better person to deal with. I did have a lot of Filipino experiences before. I'm the lucky one. I'm not the lucky one, because I've found they have a lot of natural disasters they got to deal with. Electricity went out, flood, earthquake, it always happening. It's just constantly happening. It's not their fault.
Do you know that there's an app you can get that will tell you what the electrical grid is?
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
And they know that I have that.
Oh.
But they don't tell me any stories about the electricity. I can go right online and say, nope, electricity's fine in your block.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, we should do a course together. Maybe at least at minimum exchange ideas, because this is, guys, it's a system. Again, this is I said this at the very beginning of this interview. If I had to rewind my internet marketing career, I have the magic button start way over again. Number one, the minute I'm making a profit, I'm gonna automate my entire company, entire system, from little things to the big things.
Yeah.
Document it before you even hiring. You need to document it, because if you hire somebody that's sitting there, they don't know what to do, you piss away your money, not their money.
That's right.
You're paying them for their time. So when you first starting your company, you're the only person does this. So you're the only person know the process system. But later down the line, it doesn't have to be you. You can have your VA document for you and then give to the next VA, So
I haven't reached that level where my VAs are documenting.
Right. Right. So that's the level that you need to get to. Yeah. Let them come up with a process and system themselves, because they're the guys that are doing this every single day. Maybe the process you're doing, maybe Google changed a little bit things. Maybe they know better things. So they're the one required to update the doc. Right. So then you have a middle level manager that teach the new guy that hiring come to board. You don't even have to deal with that anymore. So you got to have somebody go between you and the worker bees. That's what I call them.
One other point that I want to make here: when we started using these documents and systems, we realized if there were any holes in what we were doing. Because even if it wasn't something we were giving to a VA, back when, we didn't have as much help as we do now, it immediately let us see, oh, we didn't do that.
Okay.
Oh, there it is right there in the spreadsheet, and we didn't do it. We forgot. Before we had these systems, we might have marched on for 30 days and realized, oh my God, I didn't get the postcard verification.
Right, exactly. So again, guys, this is how you evaluating your process system. To me, it's continual refining. At least at minimum every month you gotta revisit. Okay, is this stuff still doing this way? It's the most efficient way to do this, or do I need to tweak a little bit thing over here? So what she give you here is a great foundations to start. But everybody, let's face it, you got your unique way to doing things. But use this as foundation. Is much faster how to build from scratch. I've done that again. I know how it is and how I really don't want to do it inside. But I know that I have to do it to get me out of the hellhole, what I call. And this is very important, guys. So make sure when she launches, you go there, grab this. Now, let's talk about again the name of the product, time to launch, and again, who's going to be really benefit for grabbing this entire package?
Okay, the name of the product is Local Client Systems. Okay. How's that for a simple, self-defining product?
Great.
Local Client Systems.
Right.
We have chosen to launch it Monday morning, September the 10th at 11 o'clock Eastern time.
Okay.
And I'm sure you will be giving your folks an email with
absolutely
link.
Yeah.
And it will go 4 days maybe. I mean, I'm not going to stretch this out forever. Okay. But we've got some fabulous bonuses that we are offering.
Okay.
These other marketers, they're so excited about this. They're giving me stuff to give to the folks.
Okay.
I mean, it's going to be rich and deep, and the price is going to be lower than what I've ever sold anything for. So.
Oh, great. So, okay, so again, the important point is going to be launching Monday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's going to be 4-day launch, and
was it 5 days? Yeah.
You said 4. Okay, 5 days. Okay.
I know I said 4, but I couldn't count.
Okay, great. 5 days launch. So make sure you be there early. Grab this at the earliest possible time, so you can grab the lowest possible price.
Yes.
I am going to doing something I've never done this before. I have a webinar just recently recorded. How to get your first 20 clients, and I'm going to give it away if you pick up on my affiliate link.
Wow.
And it's going to be 4 different modules in there teaching you how to. So now you have the system that she's going to hand over to you. One of my training is going to teach you is something called Vertex model. And we're going to teach you how to get a client. And we're also going to teach you how to build very successful companies. Most people start a company randomly. Okay, they get 1 client today, they're happy. Next day they might not get a client. The next day you get 25 clients. But there are ways to build your companies that you have the right strategy in place. You have residual leads comes in all the time. Once you have residual leads come in, you have onboard process and all that great stuff. So we're going to teach you a lot of things. And part of that module is we have invited the Filipino. The guy owns that online.ph, John Jonah. I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
He is doing he did a personal outsourcing training in that course, and I'm gonna give all this. If you purchase to my affiliate link, of course. This is never seen before stuff. He did a fantastic job. I think it's on module 2 or module 3 in there.
Wow.
So we're gonna
Would you share
talking
with
about
me?
more about. Yeah, of course, I'll share it with you.
Yay.
Yeah. See, she's happy. So inside there, he even offers some discount to go to his website to looking for Filipino workers. I think it's gonna be tremendous value for you guys, in combination of what she is giving to you. I don't do this very often because it's created with my other partners. I haven't even told them yet, but I think they're gonna be okay with it. So before they change their mind, I make sure you clean your cookies from my affiliate because I'm gonna hook you guys up. It's probably it's not some cheap, $7 bonus. This is gonna be like $500,000 bonus for you guys, and I really want you to success because you got to get the strategy right, you got to get the system right, you got to get everything right. Then your life is gonna be easier, and then it's no longer struggles. And even you have a client doesn't mean struggles ends. You have a client, that's a problem too. That's a good problem. But what she's offering here and what I'm offering here, it makes this absolutely a complete system. So,
it does.
Yeah.
I want to show you one thing before we close. You see?
Okay. Let me zoom in into. Let me focus on your camera. It doesn't let me. Can you say something? I think that will automatically switch to you.
All right. Okay. Anyway, maybe they can see that coffee cup. I shouldn't be drinking coffee this late. But this coffee cup says Nova Scotia. Now, that's one of the maritime provinces of Canada.
Oh, okay.
And there's Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, New Brunswick, and Newfoundland.
Okay.
Because of these systems, I was able, with my husband and my poodle, to take our RV, and we went roaming all through the maritime provinces for over 6 weeks last fall. And I bought this coffee cup when I was on the trip, and it reminds me every day when I see my things that I buy when we're traveling, how grateful I am for you for making these beautiful systems for me. How grateful I am that I have the freedom to sleep when I want to, get up when I want to, or I don't have to if I don't want to.
Absolutely.
I have time to say to my son, send those grandchildren out here for several weeks. Grandma wants to see them, and because they're in Texas, and they came for 3 weeks this summer. We're leaving in 2 weeks and taking the RV to the Rocky Mountains, probably 4 or 5 weeks. But when you follow systems and you do the right things and set the foundations, you have a freedom. And I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what age you start. I talk to a lot of people and they say, oh, but it's too late for you. No, I didn't start this till I was 60.
You're a great inspiration for me because I have heard age as excuse, no money as excuse, and whatever is excuse. And the only person that can change your life is you. It's not a mentor, it's not a guru, it's not me, it's not her, but it's you. You have today make that decision today, right now, not tomorrow, not next year, not next month, but right now.
That's right.
Say, I am the person gonna make the differences. I can do this. Instead, I can't change to I can. And that's all it takes. It really is. It's all in your head.
and I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth.
Right.
We were very financially challenged growing up, and we were even more financially challenged when I was raising my children when they were young. Because I chose not to go to work, I chose to stay home with my children. And that was the best career. The best calling any woman could have is raising her children.
Yes,
and that has paid off in spades for me. But it meant I didn't have a lot of money. So the children and I would clean offices at night. We had a window washing business.
You find a way.
We cleaned houses during the day. We wove baskets and sold them at consignment shops. We babysat for people. We did whatever we could do so Mama didn't have to leave and go to work. And then when they, graduated and went on to college, and then I really, at the dawn of the internet kind of days. But my husband and I were riding out to dinner tonight, and you bring this to my memory that we were just talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Well, we got a pretty good life, don't we?" And I said, "We do."
Mm.
We do. And he said, I'm not making this up. We just said this tonight. He said, "What is the thing that you're most grateful for?
Freedom.
What is the small thing that you're most grateful for?" And you know what it was?
Freedom.
I said, "I don't have to take a calculator to the grocery store anymore." I used to always have to take a calculator to the grocery store.
Yeah, budget.
Yeah, and if it didn't fit into my, my $50 or whatever, this is a lot of years ago, but I had to put things back.
Right.
I had to be that careful.
Right.
So don't think that I'm some rich old lady who doesn't understand. I do. I know what it's like to do without, and to scrimp and save and rearrange and look for a side job. And, I know what that's like. And folks, I'm telling you that if you work smart and if you believe that you're as good as anybody else and you can do this,
absolutely,
it can happen for you. And even if it happens when you're 55 years old. I had one guy email me and said, "I think it's too late for me. I'm stuck working in a furniture store." And no, it's not too late. No. And then we go out in the RV, and I see people my age riding around in golf carts playing bingo, and their brains have turned to mush. I don't want to ever be like that.
Right.
And I said, "Well, what did you do in your career?" "Oh, I was a CEO of,
oh, wow,
big corporate jobs." And now they're riding around in a golf cart. And so they've lost sense of having a purpose. And that's one thing that being in our line of work, Han, will never lack for a sense of purpose, because we can offer so much to the world and so much to a local business. I mean, you can make the difference in a local restaurant staying afloat or going under.
Right. They just imagine they have family, they have kids, and they got employee and their employee's family. All you can make all the difference in all those people I just mentioned.
And that's why I love local marketing.
Right. Because you put them online, people get to know them. Hey, greatest food, and you can turn a nonprofit restaurant into a very, very profitable in overnight. I mean, if you just do what you promised to do, and it's very, very powerful stuff.
I took a roofing company in another state in South Carolina, and they were running about $400,000 a year.
Wow.
It's like, it's okay for a roofing company. I worked with them for 2 years, and they're on track this year for $1.5 million.
Wow. See,
it's just marketing. It's just marketing.
Right.
And I can look at that and say, I did that.
Right.
I did that.
And I bet you're gonna get more referral from them, and they're gonna
have already.
Yeah. Right. See, so and also, they're gonna continuously using you, and you're gonna keep hopefully doubling the revenue every 2-3 years, and everybody's happy. It's a win-win situation, really.
It is.
And you feel good about what you do too. So it's the most important.
I love my life. I love getting to talk to handsome young men like you.
Thank you. And so I kind of started about the same way. I came here from China when I was 13 years old. I didn't speak a word of English. I don't know anyone. I don't have a dime to my name, and the only clothes I can get was from yard sale, and I was wearing used stuff. So it wasn't the best feeling in the world. I felt I was not even second class citizen, but third class citizen. And school in middle school are the worst. They made fun of me, all that great stuff. But I had to work so many different positions and jobs and to get where I'm today. So I really appreciate what I have, and especially the audience that I have today. And the brand that I built today, I'm really, really blessed, and I'm also very blessed to meet people like you, kind of inspire me because you have a different vantage point of view of life than I am, where my age is, and I really excited to see that people at your age are still going after your goals and going after your dreams, but most importantly, still out there helping people. And
Yeah.
guys, like at the end of the day, it's not about the money. It's not about whatever it is. It's about the freedom she just mentioned. It's the freedom that she can do things her way. She can work anytime that she wants. She can travel any places. That's what money delivers. Because if you go to different levels, like why do you need money? Why do you need happiness? You all come to one word: it's freedom. So if you want this kind of freedom, pick up her product, because that's the only way I know how to do it to free yourself from your business. Instead, working in your business, you need to work on your business.
On your business. And Han, we're free to give too. When we get to a level, I'm supporting 2 orphanages in Africa now. I wasn't able to do that before.
Right. And all that will to law of attraction, they will all come back to you in tenfolds in life. That's how it works.
I'm so glad we talked, and so glad that I get to share with your folks. So thank you so much for interrupting my evening.
I did. I said, hey, can we do a quick interview on this?
I said, yeah, let me go get dressed.
All right. Thank you guys for watching this, and thank you for spending your lovely evening with us here, your wisdom, and most importantly, your inspiration to a lot of people that's out there. Age is not an issue. It is you is the issue. Let's be frank here. And remember, if you want to achieve the freedom that you want for, especially in local marketing arena, get her system, and make sure you grab from my affiliate link so I can hook you up with that awesome training and take you to the next level.
And let's talk again sometime, okay?
Absolutely. All right. Okay,
good.
Cheers.
Good. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Jeanne Kolenda, and I would like to welcome you, along with my launch partner, Sue White, to Local Client Systems. It's a really good course that we've taken a long time to put together for you. Now, have you ever struggled with knowing exactly what to do for a client and when to do it and in what order? Well, we've got the answer for you. And on the page down below, you're going to be able to read all about it. But I want to tell you this right up front. I am one of the most disorganized people on the face of the earth. You can ask my husband. And when Sue and I were building our local agencies, we both live in Myrtle Beach. We've been doing this since about 2010. But I noticed that she worked a lot fewer hours than I did. And when I would run across something that I'd need to find out about, I would say, hey, Sue, I can't remember how to do thus and such. And she said, okay, hold on, I'll send you a document. Okay, after a while, one time I said, Sue, did you make this just for me? And she said, no, I have a system for everything. And I said, you mean like written down, like documented? She said, yeah. So earlier this year, I launched a product along with Tom Gaddis and Nick Ponte called Roofer Roundup, and it sold thousands of copies. And the number one question I got from everyone when it was all over was, okay, well, what do I do now? You've told us how to land these great clients, and we're doing that, so what do we do next? And I just couldn't do private coaching, and I really wanted to give a good answer, but I didn't have one. Well, I've got one now. It's called Local Client Systems, and it is a library of Congress, literally, of checklists and systems that Sue has made over the years, and she runs her business on this every day, and so do I now. Now, right now, Sue has been on a camping trip in her RV with her husband for almost 6 weeks. She's been up on the Chesapeake Bay in that area. And I'm going to let her tell you in a little video later about what happened, but I can tell you this. She got a phone call, and it was for someone who wanted to go ahead and sign up to be a client. Within 1 hour, she had the onboarding document in the client's hands. She had money in the bank. She had the tasks delegated, and she was done. Now, Sue manages almost 40 clients in about 2 hours a day. And when she first told me that, I didn't believe it because I was spending way more hours than that because I wasn't as organized and I didn't have systems. But now I do because she's documented everything. And so I said to her, why don't we put this together and offer it so that everybody else can get their hands on it? And let's do it at a really good price so that people can afford it. Now, in the past, we had done high ticket launches of courses that sold, I think the lowest one was around $297. But I wanted to do this one differently because I wanted everyone to be able to take advantage of it. So you can read all about it on the page below. There's a lot of details about it, but we're going to cover everything from fulfillment, onboarding. We've got special modules about social media. Everything is up to date. And if you'll just follow the list, follow the checklist, you won't be having any holes. You won't be wondering, oh no, you won't be saying, I forgot to do that or that for a client. It's all there. You just check the things off as you go. So this is full of information, and it's all real world stuff that Sue and I are using in our businesses every day. Now, I like to roam around too. Leon and I like to take our RV and go. Last year, we went to Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island and roamed around the Maritime provinces for about 6 weeks. In fact, right here's my coffee cup that I bought in Nova Scotia. Now, how do I do that? How do I roam around for weeks at a time? How did Sue go away for 6 weeks? In fact, 2 years ago, she went on a 4-month trip all the way to Alaska. How does she do that and still maintain her clients? Well, the secrets are all here. And I encourage you to read everything below and get set because you are going to be pleasantly surprised.